Hello, everyone, and welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be upgrading our mining turtle to be a lot smarter so that it can hopefully detect and mine entire ore veins on its own. It's going to be a huge step forward on our project because so far it would just strip mine and miss a lot of ores on the walls, but now we're going to take care of that, make it mine a lot more efficiently. And I'll give a little demonstration on how it works. All right, so I hollowed out this little area in the tunnel that the turtle will be mining through to show that it's going to get all of these pieces of ore and continue on with its path. Once the turtle arrives, I'll go ahead and just time lapse speed this forward so you can see it in action. And off it goes. Carries on with its strip mining path, and it'll uncover more ores and clean it all out. And with that said, let's get on with our programming. Okay, so to accomplish this, we're going to make 3 new variables in our turtle program. We're actually not going to touch the server side of this at all today. This is all going to be turtle stuff. First things first, I'm going to create a table of just valuable ores to look for. Inside, I'm just going to do local ores. And I'm just going to copy and paste a list that I created. I basically just hard-coded a bunch of different ores in the game to look for, as well as the deep slate variants. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do this, but this is just how I went about it. So I'm going to have this in the video description. Feel free to just copy and paste it, remove whatever you don't want to find, or add more to this. Just make sure that it is the correct format of the block name in the game. We're going to go ahead and do a little for loop action. So we're going to take every entry inside the ores table and call it ore. What this is doing is we're passing name into this variable. So when we call it, when we move, we're going to inspect the blocks that are around us. And when the turtle inspects a block, it's going to get names such as Minecraft coal ore. If it sees that, it's going to pass that name, Minecraft coal ore, into this function. And it's going to look inside this table for Minecraft coal ore. And basically, if it is something in this list, then we're going to return true, basically saying, yes, this is something valuable. We're going to mine this. Otherwise, we'll return false, and it'll just carry on with its strip mining. So this is the whole isValuable function. We now have that done. Let's go ahead and we're going to do the dig move function. I basically created this to simplify the code a little bit so I'm not having to retype the same thing over and over. This is essentially just a helper function. It's simply just going to have a while loop. So while turtle.detect, do turtle.dig. That's it. So as long as there's something in front of it, it's going to dig. And then we're going to have it move forward. So return turtle.forward. So what this does is while we're pretty much accomplishing what we did with the strip mining, if there's a block in front of it, we're going to dig. And then afterwards, we're going to move forward 1 block. Basically, the reason why we have this in a while loop is for instances such as gravel or sand, where it'll keep detecting a block and it's going to keep digging it until it's able to move. All right, so now we're going to do the mine vein function, which is where the meat and potatoes of this addition is. So basically, it's going to be the recursive brain of the turtle that digs out all the connected ore blocks. Inside, I'm going to nest another function called explore. So we'll do local function explore. This is just to handle all the checking or all the directions. It's going to check all directions around the turtle. We're going to declare 2 variables here. So success and data. We're going to do turtle.inspect. This basically checks the block directly in front of the turtle. If there is a block, then success is going to be true. If there is no block, it will not be. And data, we're going to do data.name. It's going to hold block IDs such as Minecraft col. Data.name is going to pass into isValuable as a name. So once we have that, we're going to run an if-then statement. So if success is true, basically, and we're going to check if there is a block that we actually care about, like if we find Minecraft col ore, so data.name, then we're going to go ahead and dig it. We're going to move forward. And then we're going to call the mine vein again inside of here so that it keeps looking from this new position. This is going to be a recursive function, meaning it's going to call itself when it finds more ore, kind of like a spider web. Turtle will always return to its main path after following every branch of this ore vein. This is going to be the best way for it to harvest all of the blocks without it getting lost. And then we will, it's very important, we need to have a turtle.back. This is going to help so we don't lose our position in the strip mine. All right, so we got this done. Now we need to do the same thing, but facing the left. And I'm actually going to just go ahead and copy all of this. I'm going to put in a turtle.turnLeft and then paste. Okay, so that's the left side. We need to do the same thing to the right. We actually need it to turn completely around because it will be facing the left at this point. So we're going to do turtle.turnRight twice. And then we can just paste that again. Call it turtle.inspect to see what's in front of it. And mine stuff if it's deemed important, if it is inside our little table here. Now when it's done, we got to kind of visualize where the turtle is at. So it's going to be facing to the right. We need to reorient it to be facing forward in the strip mine. So we're going to turn left once. I'm going to paste it. This time we need to change .inspect to be inspect up. This will do the same thing, but for whatever's above it. And we need to change this as well. So dig up. And then instead of forward, we're going to do turtle.up. And then instead of going back, the opposite of up is down. So we're going to do turtle.down. And then lastly, I'm sure you see a pattern here, but we need to do it again and have it go down. And we're going to inspect down this time. Then dig down, turtle.down. Then the opposite of down is up. It'll go back to where it started. And then at the end, we're going to call explore from within our mine vein function. So this might seem a little weird that we have a function nested inside. It's definitely different than what we've done before. But that is the recursive nature of this function. It's going to keep going, keep repeating itself until it has accomplished its agenda. And its agenda is mining everything it sees that is inside of this table. So once it's done exploring, then it should be back where it started within the strip mine. So now that we have that done, we need to integrate it within our strip mine function here. Yeah, we're going to change everything within this for loop. Now we created our little helper function called dig and move. That's going to simplify our code in here quite a bit. So we're just going to call dig and move and then mine vein. And that's it. It's essentially going to do the same thing it did. We had a while loop in here that checked for blocks in front of it and then dug it out. Well, now we have it taken care of within this function. And then the mine vein function is going to handle all of the ore finding. And now when it is done digging, we're going to replace this with dig and move. So if your code looks like this still, get rid of this. I'm going to go ahead and collapse these. It's getting a little long. All right, that shortens it a bit. So I'm also going to clean up this section here. I realize since we're doing like a little ping at the beginning of our program, there is no need to unserialize. So I'm actually going to move this. So just cut that out, and then just gonna change this to an else instead. And I'm just gonna paste it here and then put the if here. I did this so that we only get this variable if we actually need this, or like if we have something to unserialize, then we'll have data. Otherwise, there's no need if we're just sending messages like updates. This is going to be essential for the next episode when we get into some more status updates. But this cleans it up. This helps prevent errors from occurring in the future. So now we're only unserializing if we're actually dealing with a table. Oh, also, yeah, I'm going to do this. I also need to add another end. So this is the whole thing. That's everything we needed to change, actually. Didn't take us too long. To recap, we created a function here that just stores the valuable ores we want to find. And it takes the ores that we inspect within mine vein and gives it a name, or it has something to compare it to. It takes what it found, runs it through this list, and tells us if it's junk or valuable. This dig and move function just shortens the code that I had in the strip mine function here, where it was in a while loop and would detect what's in front of it before digging and moving forward. So this just shortens it. This is going to be really nice in the future if we need to do similar things again. And mine vein is the main thing. It's really just repetitive. It's the same thing over and over. But this is a recursive function. So we have a nested function inside that calls the parent function here over and over for each direction that it goes. And then we integrated it into strip mine. So now this strip mine function is a lot shorter than it was before. So I'm going to have it mine iron, let it go for 50 blocks. One thing to note is that after the changes, it's not going to mine in a 3x1 shaped tunnel anymore, where it digs above and below it when it moves. It's only going to dig just a 1 block wide tunnel. Mainly because it doesn't matter if it digs above and below it. It actually slows it down a little bit by having it do that, since the turtle can only detect what's directly adjacent to it. We can, of course, have it dig directly above and below it again if you need tunnels to be traversable by players. But other than that, it's unnecessary. I'm just waiting until it detects something. There we go. It has found iron. So we can see it do its thing. So it's going right, checking what's above and below it. And then it always goes back the way it came. That was just a pretty small iron vein. All right, so it strip mined its 50 blocks. It mined out one little tiddlywink vein of iron. It's heading back. There's its goods. All right. So I hope you enjoyed. We added some more advanced logic to the turtle. We did a recursive function for the first time in our series. We nested a function within another function, which is kind of neat. The next video, I think we're going to focus more on the server side. We're going to do some more UI stuff. And I think we will get into some monitors so we can display the progress on a monitor. So stick around for that. Leave comments if you have any questions, and feel free to stop by in our Discord. The link will be in the description. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.